Seen him too. Hey, who am I speaking with?
Jerome.
Jerome, what's up? You wanted to debate me. What's up?
Yeah, like Tommy. Now, I don't have anything against you as a person, but some of the things you say are like so incendiary. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about, like, I've seen a video where some girls just told you, and I know you said you shouldn't judge somebody from a 15-minute video. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
But like, and I've seen a video where you were trying to film a girl, and that's a private conversation between two people. Even though the white guy was talking to a tall...
Wait. It's not private. It's on a public street, sir. Seriously. You guys need to learn the law. It's not private. It's on a public street.
Well, when you film people, like, if you were going to use it for something that make money off of, you usually got to get a release. So there's a degree of privacy to a private conversation, and then just the basic human respect. Like, if two people are having a private conversation, why would you want to film that and put that on for everybody to see?
Let me, first off, what you said about World Star Hip Hop posts videos every day that they don't get people's permission or pay them for it.
Right, but those people are ratchet.
No. Let's deal on the same level. Let's not switch conversations. I dealt with what you said. Let's stay with what you said. You told me something that was untrue. You said, if I put something up, I usually have to get the people who in it permission to put it up. The news does it all the time, and they don't. The news films you all the time on the street, and they don't. What you just said is untrue.
Well, no. When the news films you, the news will not go up to two people talking privately and film their conversation. The news will come and interview you.
The news will put anything up if the news hears it and it's relevant to what they're saying, they will air it.
But I mean, come on, Tommy. You know, two people talking, like just like if two people are in a conversation, you wouldn't just go stand there in their conversation, much less record it.
If you're standing in the middle of the street and I'm recording the people in the middle of the street, by your logic, I was sitting at the people who were recording what happened on 9/11. They needed the people's permission of the people who the plane ran into the building of them recording that. I'm already recording.
They didn't get into people's conversations.
I'm already recording though. If I'm recording and I'm recording a woman with a flag, if I'm recording the public, that's what it is. Sir, I can't believe you're saying that when the United States government has cameras that are recording your private conversations every day.
That doesn't mean I agree with you saying that.
So, but I don't see you trying to go in on them.
Because, first of all, I don't know about recording it. So
you don't know about the United States government recording you when you see cameras on the streets every day. Are you serious?
No. That's totally different because you're walking by cameras. If I see a camera, I'm not going to stop and talk and have a conversation in front of the camera.
So by your logic, if they see me standing there with a camera, what could they have done?
You're right. You're right on that. Maybe they should have moved. But your reaction because they were respectful. They weren't even getting.
No, she said she was gonna call the police and I'm gonna go to jail. That's not listen. I want all y'all to understand. Listen, why do y'all do this? Zoe was being very respectful when he lied and said I was harassing a chick. But my response of being the fuck angry pisses y'all off. Their response of I can go to jail after when they had a problem with me recording, I started walking away. They followed me, sir, telling me they gonna call the police, yelling for the damn police. But I'm supposed to be respectful to a person yelling for me to be arrested.
Look, I watched the video and maybe I missed that because I watched it and I watched you immediately go from filming them to walking away, so that's why I can't stand black bitches.
Because she said, but that's my point. Y'all talk a lot, but y'all don't listen. Y'all talk a lot, but y'all don't listen.
Okay,
the chick said right there and started saying, not only can I go to jail, but started yelling for the police.
Now, I don't know how I didn't hear that.
I don't know how you didn't either.
I heard her say, you can go to jail for that. And she was talking very low. And like I said, those was Valley girls. Those was not ghetto ratchet chicks. They didn't even sound black. You understand what I'm saying? and you talk to them.
I think your problem is, listen, I think your problem is the fact that you just said they did not sound black. They sound like Valley girls. And yet all of a sudden that is the standard of ratchetness by how they sound. And you say they didn't sound black. So you put a bad face and a bad name on black people by what you just said, that they don't sound black. What did you mean by that?
Great point. Like that's inbred in a lot of us, man. I'm flawed too. Like I'm just as lost, you know what I mean? But every day I'm trying to find myself. So in that statement, let's not zero in on that statement. The bottom line is they want to cursing you out, and like we got to deal with each other with civility, man. Like
wait. How do we need to deal with each other in civility? If they were civil, do you think white people would have followed me like that? Because I was filming white people too. Matter of fact, the boy who was non-black, did he do it? Huh?
I didn't even see him, so I guess
No, you didn't, right? Because once he saw it, guess what he did? When he saw that the film was filming, he walked off because he didn't want nobody to see him talking to a black chick. That was some shit he was trying to do on the streets.
I can't defend them and say that they were right.
But you are defending them and saying that they're right. You're saying should we handle each other with civility? That was not civility what they did. How was that civil? When as a matter of fact, let's just call it what it is. The girl who was being talked to didn't say nothing. It was the damn dyke.
She didn't look like the dyke.
Okay. It was the other one. My bad.
Okay.
It was the other one. My bad. It was the one that wasn't being spoken to. It was the enforcer, not the one being recorded. But you're still sitting up here backing the fact and talking about civility when the person that didn't have anything to do with it was the one talking.
But that wasn't a verbal assault.
Jesus.
Like you even titled the video, these hair hats verbally assault Tommy. And it wasn't a verbal assault. Like,
what is a verbal assault? Wait a minute. Okay, give me the definition of verbal assault so I can make sure I use it correctly next time.
Okay, you know what? It wasn't my view of a verbal assault. Like it's somebody coming hostile at you. Like I didn't see them hostile.
Telling me I could go to jail for recording them. Telling me they're gonna call the police for me recording them. That's not hostile at all. Telling me you're gonna call the police on me is not hostile. Got it.
Listen how they sounded. They said, dude, you can't do that. You said,
oh, okay, wait. So white people, by your logic, So white people, by your logic, have a softer voice, and they sounded white. So if a white person calls you a nigger and tells you to get out of their yard, but they do it in their white voice, then you shouldn't be offended.
That's where you're wrong with that one, because if they say nigger, it don't matter what voice you say nigger in.
Right, and when you say, hey, sir. What's been going on with black men when the police have been called on them in the last 2 years that you've been seeing in the news? What they've been doing to black men? Come on, tell me what they've been doing to them. Right, so why the fuck you don't think I'd be offended if a bitch says she gonna call the police on me? That's worse than nigga. That's worse than nigga. Because the word nigga ain't killed nobody, but the police have.
Okay, so that was the reason you were so mad.
I said that in the beginning, did I not?
Yeah,
every time someone's asked me about that video, I have said the same thing over and over again. I had no problem until the bitch told me, I'm going to call the police on you, and then start yelling for the police.
So let me ask you a question. Had they just said, I don't want to be filmed, would you have just walked away and not filmed them?
I have no problem doing that, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, look, I'm not here.
I could have said I could do what I want, but I didn't have no problem with, look, you like, hey, look, but they should have did what the dude did. I'm on a public street. If somebody turns a camera towards me on a public street, I'll just walk away from whatever the fuck I'm doing. By your logic, if I see people trying to get together to sell dope and I record them, I'm in the wrong. Two dope dealers, if they was on the street, they saw me with a camera, guess what they do? They walk off. One dude cheating on his wife, if he saw me with a camera in the street, guess what he'd do? He'd turn away.
Well, I mean...
He wouldn't bring attention to himself. He'd just walk away.
Right, but I mean, but that's where, just a common respect for, because when she first started, she didn't say police. The police came after. The first thing she said is, you can't record me. So the first thing she said was, "You can't do that."
And she wasn't the one being recorded. Can you not acknowledge this?
Her friend didn't object. If I'm outside with my friend,
Oh my God.
The friendship they had.
Well, then you get what you get when you try to take up for somebody. You get what you get. When you take up for somebody that ain't taking up for themselves, you get what you damn get.
Okay.
By your logic, wait a minute. Have you ever been sitting in a bar and you try to talk to a woman and her fucking sidekick will walk up to you and be like, "We don't want no drink." But the chick you talking to didn't say nothing.
I probably wouldn't react good. I call that cock block.
Thank you.
But that's a little different than it's almost like she's looking out for her friend's well-being.
That's what the same thing the bitch is doing when she says she don't want no drink.
Now, Tommy, you and I both know, usually when a chick does that in the bar...
Oh my God, dude. Do you hear what you're doing?
Wait.
I don't like what you're doing. You're acting like you can literally jump from different person to different person and decide what they're doing that's correct.
Listen. You know and I know that in a bar, usually the chick that says we don't want to drink is the ugly one.
And that's who was telling me I couldn't film them. Oh my God! Everything you're saying fits my situation, but you just want to argue it. You don't even want to acknowledge that there's a reason why I said the other one was the dyke.
No, the first thing I said was that I can see your point. I understand your side of it, but that doesn't exonerate you.
I'm not looking, wait, that's the difference. I'm not looking to be exonerated. What am I looking to be exonerated from? I still think that after this conversation, you and many others could think that what I did was wrong. And I respect that.
I tell you what, after this conversation, I will have a different level of respect for you because you definitely sat and talked to me. And I tell you, like, I'm not going to say I hated you, but I was totally against you before this conversation. So, like you definitely show a different side of yourself that I can't see from watching a 15-minute video. But
that video was difficult because I was upset because I could not believe that this woman offered to call the police when that same, I think the day before, you know what I was doing? Marching for Trayvon Martin. I had a video up and you can go see it. It should be in sequential order. I'm out in the streets marching for Trayvon Martin. I had just went down to Crenshaw and marched on the street in Crenshaw by my damn self. And the next day I got to hear a black woman tell me she's going to call the police on me.
Well, I mean, I can understand the fear for your life for the police, but if you're not doing anything wrong, the police, well, then again.
I was about to say, see where you going? You see where you almost went? If you ain't doing nothing wrong, you ain't got to worry about the police. But y'all keep marching for these niggas claiming that they was doing nothing wrong and the police killed them, right?
Hey, I stopped. I stopped. But now, I'm just glad to talk to you. But now, what about I forgot her name. She called into your show, and she was talking some stuff, and then you got to a point where you just was like, don't say that fucking lie on my show again. And
you have to tell me who it is, because I like at this point, you're saying something, I have no idea what it is, but I'd like to be able to reference it.
Okay, the name of the video is Intelligent Caller. Actually, it's not. It was somebody else posted it. She was talking about the beef between you and Tariq, and she said that that you played a victim, and she said that. And you was like, how do I play the victim? If somebody punches me in my face and I make a video about it, would I be playing the victim? She said, no. But if you spit in their face, talk about their mother, and stomp on their foot, then you'd be playing the victim. And she was very calm throughout her whole dialogue.
Do you remember what we just said earlier about just because somebody's calm? Have you ever had somebody, let me ask you about your life. Have you ever had somebody be an asshole to you? Hold on a second. I want you to hold on a second because I got to say this. Dear, I am on my show every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I am doing my show at the exact same times. I really am.
All right.
Okay.
No problem.
See, guys, that's irritating to me. I don't give a fuck. Listen, if you claim you are interested in me, you like me and all that shit, and you keep doing that, that's irritating to me. Now, let me ask you something, brother. I don't know if you heard it because you probably won't watch it. But I just went off on a woman who called me because this is the fucking second time she's done that in the middle of my show.
Okay.
Do you think I went too far at how I responded to her?
I didn't see it.
Oh, well, what I told her, I basically didn't let her say nothing. I said, dear, I'm on my show. This is the second time you've called me during my show. I said I do my show every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at the same time. And while she was trying to talk, I clicked over and hung up. Do you think I was wrong?
It depends on what she was saying.
She didn't get anything out of her mouth. She just calling in the middle of my damn show.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you run your show the way you run your show, so I can't say that you were wrong for that. But the other lady, it was like okay, like, and you asked me, has anybody ever been like civil, but they would still be an asshole?
Right, like you had somebody that they've been an asshole, they've been a smart ass. So white people good at it, and you know this.
Yeah, that's the but that's a skill that we got that they have that we don't have, or that some of us don't have.
But I have it. That's why I combat it with I know you're being an asshole. It doesn't matter how nice you're being. I know you're being an asshole.
But that's not how they combat it. They combat it by being just as nice and just choosing the right choice of words.
No, I've seen white people shut other white people down for being sarcastic. I've literally seen white people because they want everybody else to know I caught your sarcasm. You shut them down like that because you want the world to know you caught the sarcasm. They're trying to treat you like an idiot.
Yeah, but when you shut them down by cursing them out and calling them a loud bitch, that's a difference than shutting them down by just letting them know that you're aware of their sarcasm. You can come with an sarcastic.
Wait a minute. Wait. Now, here's where we differ. Don't I handle my situations different than you or anyone else?
Of course, everyone's different.
So if that's the case, then you have to view me and say, he's handling this situation completely different than someone else would. And because he's handling this situation completely different, he's been able to get, and I want you to pay attention to this, he's been able to get a certain amount of people to follow him and listen to him that other people haven't. He's been able to get people like me who doesn't even know him to dislike him.
Yes.
So that means he must know what he's doing. Because even in the process, after you spoke to me, then you turned around and said, well, after speaking to you, I have a different amount of respect for you. So what does that mean I have the ability to do?
You know what? To me, that's like the ability to turn it on and off.
Yeah, and the ability to be able to get people to see whatever I want them to see at that time. See, I have an audience, not a person. When I'm talking to that person, I'm talking to an audience too. And who's more important to me at that point? That person on the phone or that audience that's listening?
The audience, of course.
Exactly. So my whole point is I look at it as I'm listening to this woman and I have an audience that may not recognize asshole shit. It's the same way I did the whole video about the difference between humans, half-breeds, and purebred blacks, purebred vampires. See, if you're one of those black people who don't deal with jackass black folks, then you might not know that person's been a jackass. But if you're listening to me, I have the ability to change your mind. So what I can do is portray the whole attitude that you have, especially if you're a street dude and you know what it's like. Then when I talk like that, you understand why I got mad like that. See, street dudes understand that language, right?
Yeah, now listen, I'm a street dude in my past, and now I'm an IT technician. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I had to leave that alone because I got a son, and I'm trying to raise him.
So you're one of them dudes in the middle 80%. You're in the middle 80%. You can flow either way, right? You could be street if you wanted to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's the I guess the circumstances, and I guess what you say is when you're on your show, that's the circumstance. So you're saying that if you're one-on-one with somebody, you won't be the way that you are on the air or in the video.
There's a young woman who flew out here from California to meet with me. Mm-hmm. That woman didn't like anything I did. By the time that woman left me, she was crying, and I pretty much have been in contact with that woman since this day. Since that day she left. Just from having a one-on-one conversation with me. I don't think there's anyone that's ever had a one-on-one conversation. Have you noticed even Corey Holcomb, they can't say they dislike me after they sit down and talk to me. They only dislike me after they don't like what I'm doing. But it has nothing to do with, they say, you don't know anyone that sat down and talked to me and said, I don't like that guy.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to be able to separate the person from the deeds, but you can still dislike the deeds.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, even what Professor Griff told him, he said, I don't know what y'all see about him that y'all don't like. All I know is how he treated me.
My cousin is actually, like, lives in Roosevelt, Long Island, and I'm going to tell you something, and I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but I called him yesterday, and I said, we need to sick Griff on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've known Griff for years, and he's never wavered in his stance. And I shit you not, my cousin lives in Roosevelt, Long Island on Conlin Road, and he grew up with Chuck. I actually produced records for Chuck like years ago. So I called him yesterday, and I was like, yo, we need to sick Griff on this guy, because this guy is reckless. And then I called into your show. I mean, when I was calling your show and I saw that you actually worked with Griff, that's kind of what softened my approach even before I talked to you. You know what I mean? You talking to it kind of, but I thought, I was like, wow, because I know Griff, he doesn't play.
All I got to do is ask the simple question is this. There are more pro-blacks that don't like Tariq than it is that don't like me. Matter of fact, you don't know nobody in the major pro-black movement that dislikes me. There's none.
I'm not a fan of Tariq. I thought the movie that he did was good.
But don't you understand? Even that movie, he didn't put in the work. It was the people who put in the work were the people who he identified. It wasn't him that put in the work. It wasn't him that had any of the knowledge. It was let me get with these talking heads. The talking heads did all of the knowledge.
Okay.
Now, this is not me just making shit up. It's the truth. Those people knew all the stuff. He didn't.
I understand. One more thing. Now, your audience is your audience black people or blacks and whites? Or do you not really care about the white audience?
Right now, in that chat room, everybody talking except 2 people are black. In that chat room that you're in, everyone that you're talking to, there's only 2 people that are non-black. And I'm not going to say white. It's just only 2 that's non-black. It's a Jew in there and a Mexican. Everybody else is black.
Well, the Mexican, he might as well be black. He's close to black.
Do you get my point? You have a Jew in there and a Mexican. That's it. A Jew and a Mexican. He say he white, but it's a Mexican. He say he 1/4 Mexican. The other one's a Jew.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Tommy. That, what I just said, was a setup for the next day. I heard you say, fuck the black community. I'm not part of y'all's community. Fuck the black community.
Yes.
Did you mean that?
Yes. I mean it 100% because there is no black community. I don't want to be a part of something that I know is detrimental. This whole idea of a black community, this black community is the main one that's sitting out there when me and Corey is arguing, is trying to help the beef go where it's going. Put my address out there, putting up videos of my damn daughter, still talking about me and my ex-girlfriend. I ain't been with that girl in 6 months, making videos of stupid crap. That's them. The black community is the one where I got videos of people threatening my life. But they ain't threatening Obama's life. He's done more against black folks than I ever have.
I don't think it's fair to put that on, because it was like the black community.
What is the black community then? You got to help me out. I said it doesn't exist. I said the shit that it does. Wait a minute, wait. And while you're saying this about me, remember, Dick Gregory repeated everything I said. He said, well, ain't no such thing as a black community. We just got black neighborhoods.
I have a lot of respect for Dick Gregory, but Dick Gregory says something that are, incorrect as well.
Yet ain't nobody threaten. Yet nobody's threatening him, but they're threatening me.
Well,
for the same words. You have to understand that most of what I say, Tariq has repeated. For this man to hate me this much, he's repeated most of what I say.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't say one way or another because I don't listen to Tariq.
None of these dudes are so diametrically opposed from me, though. What is it that I say that's so offensive? You said fuck the black community is offensive. Why is that offensive? What is the black community doing?
The black community it's not about what the black community is doing.
That's what a community is. A community is a bunch of doing. That's how you get a community.
Well, really, a community is a bunch of living. You know, so you could be a community and not do nothing but live next to each other.
No, that isn't what a community. No. That's not true. That's not what a community is.
You don't have to be the same race to be in a community. Like
I didn't say you do. That's why I said, but you put the caveat in front of the word community. You remember? Black. You're right. If you just said a community, you wouldn't have to be the same race. Come on now, dog. You got to be a little stronger than that. You got to come a little better than that. I'm quicker than that.
Nah, but the black community is something. It's us as a whole, like, and just like a family. Like, no family is perfect, and you got fuck-ups in every family. But you don't say, I hate my fucking family.
Why wait. Why you can't say that?
Because unless you got a totally effed up family.
And you don't think this quote unquote black community that you're discussing is not totally fucked up?
Man, you know what?
Go on, tell me why they're not totally fucked up when every fucking country they live in the world they're in the bottom. Go on, tell me why they're not fucked up. How do you end up in the bottom of everywhere you are across the country, around the world? How is it that black folks still don't understand what the fuck the SAT is, but first generation Chinese people do? Huh? Please explain that to me.
Well, first, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. My son was in a school, right? He was in the school that my alma mater, I went there from first grade to about fourth grade. He was in that school up until about fourth grade, right? And what they made available to him, and the black community is not what makes things available to the children in the schools. It's the white community that makes things available to the children in the schools. And so my son was getting a second-rate education. His principal had got a whole shitload of computers and decided that she wasn't going to give them to the kids because it would change their designation as a poverty-stricken school if they had computers. So she'd rather lock them up than give them to the kids. So my mother asked me to transfer my son to a school in actually a white neighborhood. And that school had so many things to help my son. My son has been to like 13 or 14 bar mitzvahs.
Uh-huh.
Then from that school, they put him in a program called Prep for Prep. And then he went to a private school that cost $40,000 a year. And, that's close to a little less than what I make a year. So I couldn't have sent them there without that. So
white people are bad, right? So white people are bad people, right?
What do you mean?
I'm just asking, white people bad people? Because it sounds like white people saved your kid's life.
Well, actually, the person that recommended him for that program wasn't white.
Who paid for it? Wait, who paid for it? Wait, who paid for it?
The school, the white school.
Okay, so let me ask you something. If I recommend you for something and somebody else paid for it, who did it? Because your recommendation does not mean that they will accept your recommendation.
Okay, so check this out. I take a pack of dogs, right? And I lock them in a building, right? And I only put enough meat in for one dog. I fed that dog, right? Mm-hmm. But I made a situation where all the other dogs are going to fight him for that meat. So that's what they do. Of course, they got to give a hand up to some. Wait.
So by your logic, what you're going to do and what your kid's going to do is y'all are going to go back and feed more dogs since they got you out of that building and fed you alone. What y'all going to do is take everything y'all got. As a matter of fact, that money that you didn't have to spend for your child to go to a private school, what you're doing is taking that money and any extra money you got, and you're going back and getting another one of them kids, aren't you?
Not the money, because I didn't have the money in the first place.
Oops.
No, listen, Tommy. I didn't have the money in the first place. If we relied on my salary to do it, I couldn't have sent it.
But remember, white people only feed one dog in the whole building. They feed one dog and they leave everybody to fight for themselves. And they close the doors so the dogs can't get out and get food on their own, don't they? That's what white people do. They make it to where niggas can't get food their own self. The only food that black men can get and black women can get is what white people throw down the hallway and make us fight over, right?